Hey everybody, welcome back to Kill by Daylight. We're finally here. The day is finally here where we get to see what the Xenomorph is, what they can do, the Survivor, which I think was the most obvious thing in the world. And I know like leakers were crapping their britches and we were like, oh, I gotta tweet her out that Ellen Ripley's gonna be the Survivor. Like, no crap, bud. That's like saying, oh, 3 weeks from the PTB's release date will be the official release. Y'all are dumb. Stop it. But we're gonna go over what this is in this PTB, which, spoiler, not a lot. This is like the weakest PTB I've seen in a while. There's no perk updates. There's some adjustments to some killers, like 2 of them, and it's like, what are you guys doing? But I'm gonna switch things up for this one. I'm always looking to way to kind of change these discussion videos how they go. We're gonna go through that really quickly, quote unquote. I got a lot of stuff to say. And then we're gonna react to some gameplay. Not my gameplay, because I'm on console and they don't have PTB on console. I don't think they will ever be able to do that because it's just easier to put it on PC, let PC players dictate what gets changed, and I hope we see a day where console and PC can play the PTB together and learn new stuff and try things out, just have fun with new stuff, I hope. But pipe dream. Big old pipe dream. But let me take you through how my day started today. I woke up and I saw the tweet, or the X, the post, promoting this page, the PTB page, and the official trailer. All I did was skim through this and I'm like, okay, runner mode, stations, flame turret, and I saw counteract the Xenomorph, and I X'd my opinion. Quote, no perk adjustments. Yes, there's a typo. It's not adjustments, it's just adjustments. No, I'm not giving Elon Musk any amount of money to have an edit button on a post, or a tweet, or an X, whatever you want to call it now. Everybody should be able to do that no matter what they're paying Elon Musk, which nobody should be paying him anything. Suck it, you dingus. But no perk adjustments. Nothing addressing how unfun killer is to play against certain perks and certain buffs you gave to Survivor. Another killer that has a built-in anti-killer mechanic like Singularity. WTF are you guys doing anymore? That was just my first reaction to this. And then my day got better. Watching footage and be like, okay, it's not too terrible, because I scroll down and I see, oh, turret can be placed in the map to counteract the Xenomorph. My immediate reaction is, oh, they didn't learn anything from the Singularity, or why people aren't playing the Singularity. Hint, hint, it's because the over-reliance or ease of access that survivors can just grab an unlimited amount of EMPs and just stop the Singularity from using his power, making him basically useless throughout the entire match. I know they did all these nerfs to EMPs, but until you actually make them finite, like Wesker's vaccines or Nemesis's vaccines, they're going to be a massive problem. So I had an immediate fear that was happening. But that's not the case. But we got the Xenomorph. The power! People are currently saying he's like Demo meets Dredge, but I think a more accurate description is he's like Sadako, but a little bit better for one aspect, and it is his special ability. But basically, he can portal. He can go underground, which is insane that they actually mapped a sub-map under each map. It's probably like the same layout. It's probably nothing like really crazy, right? Because I don't think they're gonna make a giant map and then put it under Red Forest. That doesn't seem practical. But basically you can go to a control station and you can go underground and basically teleport, quote unquote teleport, to a different control station, and you get a notification when somebody is walking above where you are. I think that's how that works. I'm not too entirely sure, but I've seen in some footage, like you'll go underground and you'll go to another control station. On your way, you'll get like markers above you, like arrows, and it's like, oh, somebody is clearly there. You pop up and it tags them with Killer Instinct for like half a second. It's like brat, and that's it. Special ability, Runner. Xenomorph enters runner mode automatically when it's not on cooldown. I think that's really cool. Like if it's off a cooldown, he's just in it automatically. He walks on 4 legs, becomes stealthier, reducing its terror radius. I believe it goes from 32 to 24. And while in runner mode, he has a tail attack, which is a ranged attack, kind of. It's like Nemesis's tentacle. But you don't have to hit them with it once and then hit them with it again to do damage. It just does damage. That's a crazy concept. The name runner mode does imply that you have increased movement speed or increased vault speed, but it doesn't do that. My suggestion would be give it a little more movement speed while you're in runner mode. I'm not talking like something like crazy, but maybe like 4.6 to 4.8, maybe, right? 115% to maybe 118%. Just something a little bit more speed boosty. That way the name runner mode isn't misleading. Because just at a first glance, they're like, oh, runner mode. That means he moves faster, right? No, you move the same amount. You move the same amount. 7 control stations. I hate, listen, real talk. Demo is the best teleporter because he can place his portals anywhere. Right? I'm going through the Adept Killer series, and the amount of times that the end game happens, and I'm like, I can teleport to that gate to check the, oh wait, there's no locker there. There's no TV there. It's gonna be the same thing with the Xenomorph, where you're like, alright, I gotta find the last person. They're probably at the exit gate. Let me go. Oh, I can't teleport there because there's no station. That's dumb. That's why I'm like, it's Sadako, but slightly better because you have a sort of a ranged attack. That's what I'm feeling. Yeah, control stations, 7 of them around the map. I'm pretty sure that number does not change depending on the map size, so that's... Although it probably should go up if it's on Red Forest or Ormond or like bigger maps. Anytime you have a bigger map, the number should probably go to 10 control stations, maybe? I don't know. And then you got the flame turret, which, as we said before, counteracts the Xenomorph when they enter the radius. Line of sight. It attacks. It staggers, which I've seen people say, like, that's the only part that's bad about it. It probably shouldn't stagger the Xenomorph, and will cause the runner mode to end. This is very deceiving because it is not... it's not instantaneous, right? You'll get hit by it, and your meter will drain, basically. Your meter will drain, and if it hits 0, then you are knocked out of runner mode. But you still can destroy the turret before you get knocked out of runner mode, right? It says here, if you're knocked out of runner mode or fire too long, it overheats and must be repaired. I don't like that aspect, that it can be repaired by a survivor. Whatever. Xenomorph can attack the turrets, destroy them. Perks. I watched Otz Darvis thing. He said, like, oh, all these perks are kinda great. I'm like, I don't know about that. Ultimate weapon. What I keep wanting to call ultimate weapon, because Speedball Mike Bailey. When you open a locker, it activates for 30 seconds. Hold on to that knowledge. Survivors entering your terror radius scream and reveal their position and gain blindness for 30 seconds. Can we stop doing blindness as a status effect? It's useless. It is very, very useless. Unless it's on, like, Fearmonger, then it's like, oh, I'm on a gen, my teammate got downed. Where? Blindness is useless in a time duration. Sorry, not sorry. Goes on cooldown for 30 seconds at max tier. Basically, you open a locker, and for 30 seconds, you can teleport around the map with your teleport. I'm gonna keep calling it a teleport, even though it's not a teleport, technically. But you'll pop out of a station, and anybody within your terror radius will scream. That's pretty nutty, right? Imagine this on, like, Blight or Nurse. Open a locker, check it, and then double blink across the map, and anybody who's in your terror radius for a split second screams and reveals their location. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty nuts. Rapid Brutality. Massive problem with this perk. Massive problem. Right, we're gonna go back to my exes, my twats, my pastes, bruh. So you can no longer gain bloodlust, but hitting a survivor with a basic attack gives you 5% haste for 10 seconds. I saw this, and my post was, instead of nerfing Made for This and Hope, they just gave us a perk that removes bloodlust, which is the best way to catch up with survivors using Made for This, by the way, and gives a 5% speed boost for a few seconds after hitting a survivor. They aren't learning anything from community feedback. I stand by that. I will stand by that. That they're just not doing anything to fix problems anymore. To fix this, make it so you can no longer progress past Bloodlust 1. Right? Because you're gonna hit a survivor, they're gonna go careening forward with their post-hit speed boost, and you're gonna have haste for 10 seconds. You're not gonna, like, catch up with them and get the down in those 10 seconds because you have 5% haste. You'll catch up with them after their speed boost wears off, but oh, by the way, they're probably more likely running Made for This and Resilience, so they'll just make the loop, vault a window, and this is useless. Make it so you can still gain Bloodlust 1, but that is it. Simple as that. Or make it a bigger speed boost. Screw it, make it 10% speed boost for 5 seconds or something like that. Something that they can actually be used after a hit. The perk, Alien Instinct activates after you hook a survivor. You see the aura of the farthest injured survivor for 5 seconds, and that survivor is oblivious for 20 seconds. This might be clutch during the Adept run, because if we have both the last 2 survivors injured, we down one of them, hook them. It's not, oh, they have to be 42 meters, 48 meters away from the hook to be red. No, it's just wherever they are on the map, you see their aura for 5 seconds. And they're oblivious for 20 seconds. So we can literally hook the second to last survivor, look around, go, they're right there. Let me jump in my station wagon and zoom over there, hit them, down them, hook them. That's the Adept. That's the ideal goal. Ellen Ripley. Right, the most obvious thing for this chapter outside of the alien being the killer. Lucky Star, when you hide in a locker, this perk activates. You leave no pools of blood and make no grunts of pain for 10 seconds. When you exit the locker, you see the other survivors and closest generator order for 10 seconds. Goes on cooldown for 30. This is not a big one, right? This might help me get the whole lose the killer in a chase or win a chase by hiding in a locker. Or quick and quiet, Lucky Star. I quick and quiet into a locker. I don't make grunts of pain. I leave no pools of blood. That's pretty neat. That's pretty good. When we exit the locker, we see the other survivors and the closest generator. That might actually help us be like, there's a survivor right over there. Let me go over them, teabag, and have them heal me. It's pretty good. Chemical Trap is neat. It's gimmicky, but it's neat, right? It's another one of those, complete 50% of the gen. It activates. While standing next to a drop pallet, press the active ability button 2 to install a trap, which activates for 2 minutes. Boy, howdy, that's a long time. The aura of the trap pallet are revealed to all survivors in yellow. When the killer performs a break action on the trap pallet, the trap explodes and slows them by 50% for 4 seconds. Okay, I don't know how, I haven't seen Survivor gameplay, so I don't know how long it takes to install a trap. But I doubt you'll be able to pallet stun, install a trap, and then run, and the killer will be like, whoa, what happened? Break the pallet. I do know you can see the trap, so that's nice. Light-footed. When you are healthy, this perk activates. Your running footsteps are silent. Then goes on cooldown for 20 seconds after rush acting. Hey, guess who has no directional hearing and only has access to 1 ear? Yeah, I said hear instead of ear. Shut up. This guy who's recording this video currently. I don't really rely on my hearing to locate survivors unless it's their grunts of pain. So this perk, I'm sure will screw over people who are wearing headphones all the time while playing this game. But it's not going to really affect me. I don't know. Also, the Nostromos wreckage. It's not Nostromos entirely, but it's a wreckage, and I like it. I think the map looks really good. And then, like, the only balancing. We nerfed some things for the night. Pillaged Mead. It's not his best one. Cool. Tattered Tabard. Not his best one. Cool. Town Watch's Torch. It's not his best one. They buffed it? No, they did buff it. When Survivor escapes guard hunts without being hit 2 times, it was 3. Gain undetected. Okay, cool. Those are not his best add-ons, so I don't care, and I already did the night add-up challenge. Oops. Demo! He got buffs. He got a killer power buff. Undetectable after teleport lasts 5 seconds was 3. Rat Tail increased speed of opening a portal by 50, was 35, so that's a buff. Increased the cooldown after traversing the upside down by 2.5 seconds, it was 1.5, so you get out of the upside down quicker? I don't know what that perk, that add-on does. Increase the duration of undetectable gained when emerging from a portal by 1 second was 0.5, and reveals the auras of all survivors while traversing. After emerging, all survivors within 60 meters of the active portal are revealed for 3 seconds, so that's a change. An addition, that's cool. And then bots are more likely to be productive within your terror radius. That's neat, I guess. Now investigate supply cases more often. Now telepathically communicate to avoid multiple bots running for heal and unhook. Oh, this chapter's gonna come out when I have all of my add-up challenges already done. And I just love that it's like, they will now no longer all bum rush to the same hook or the same heal. Telepathically. That's hilarious. Cool. Nothing else. I'm incredibly disappointed that there's nothing in here to actually change the meta. I don't know if that's gonna come later on, but usually in a PTB, you put, like, perk changes. It's so weird that there's nothing here. Oh god, why are these out of order? Holy shit. Like, 7.1.0, the Nicolas Cage chapter. Like, we got a bunch of perk changes. Like, unless they're really like, this was it for 2 chapters, that's dumb, because you put in... There's so many things that people have found out that are unfun to play against. Go watch that Otstarva video. Where, like, these perks are unfun to play against, and it's made for this. It's Hope, it's Resilience, it's Soul Guard and Unbreakable, it's Buckle Up and For the People. Like Killer, as somebody who has been running through adept achievements on Killer for the past month, I say it in a video that's coming out in like 2 weeks. It's one of them that I'm like, I don't think they should have gotten the alien license, because it's going to be terrible to play as because of everything that the survivors have, including the now buffed vault speed or vault distance or whatever the hell you would like to call it. I don't know if I'm going to be playing Killer after I do the adept achievements. I want to play Killer more, but it's just like, it's tiring and it's so unfun. So I don't know. I tweeted out, or X'd out, post-outed. I want to be excited for the Alien chapter. I really do, but it's really hard to get excited for a new chapter when Killer is so unfun to play. Really hoping behavior pulls their head out of their collective ass and makes some meaningful changes to things. There's nothing here. There's nothing in this patch that's like, alright, I feel good about when this chapter comes out because Killer will be fun to play again. No. There's no Hope nerf, there's no Made for This nerf, there's no Buckle Up nerf, like, there's no buff to Killer. They still really want to hammer in the whole, we don't want people to play Killer thing by trying to shove in the whole weapon wipe thing where you now killers look down when they wipe their weapon, so you lose sight of the killer or the survivor you're chasing. There was massive backlash on that because people said, no, that's dumb, that's bad. And then they came right out and were like, oh, we're thinking about making it so when you vault a window, you look down at the floor, because that's what the animation would make sense for. And people are like, no, that's dumb. Nobody wants to, like, vault the shack window, and then look at the floor and lose the survivor. No, that's dumb. They want to add nurse's fatigue to every killer on weapon wipes and window vaults. You're dumb. Don't do that. You should make both sides fun to play equally and not just cater to one. That's why I'm like, it's kind of hard to get excited for this chapter. Alien is such a huge franchise. I know it's going to be miserable to play, though. But speaking of that, let's watch some Spooky Loops gameplay, because again, I'm not installing Dead by Daylight on my PC to actually look at it. So let's watch somebody else's, right? Spooky Loops, support him. I always do. So I'm gonna mute it so we can't hear him, and we're just gonna watch, right? We're just gonna watch, and I'll analyze. I think this is so cool, by the way, this whole wake up animation. Like, you just woke him up from nap time. It's so cool. He does a very reminiscent of Demo with the hands being like, "Brr." The map, again, looks really friggin' dope. It's from Alien 2, I believe, right? I believe it's from Alien 2. But you can look at your stations, you can mark them, and then when you go underground, this is insane. You also get your power faster while you're under here. Like, that's your walkie boy stance, and then you go in here, and as you walk, it grows more. You're also undetectable, which I think goes without saying, you should be. But it grows more as you walk. If you just stand still, it doesn't do anything. I forgot who it was. I think it was Otz found out, like, if you're in the tunnels, you go, you just walk back and forth like a couple inches, it'll gain anyway. So that's cool. This entire thing is so neat, right? You select a portal and it'll give you a little P stream to follow. That's neat. Helps you not get lost. But like, the fact that they designed an entire underground map for this is so cool. There was the tail whip. There's him getting burned. And you can see, it took a little bit. It took a little bit to get out of it, right? Watch down there. He's running, and he gets hit, and it starts to fill up. It fills up pretty decently quick, right? But he got out of line of sight with it, and the only reason he gets hit is because he hits the pallet. Like, if he ran back, he probably wouldn't have gotten it, and it does, that damage does retract, or get better, I guess. So there's that. But I think it's gonna be a pretty cool killer. Right, I can't wait to get my hands on it. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. There's a lot of stuff you can do. I like the map. I know one of Otz's videos today was like him looking up and going, this makes me terrified to look up. Because it is so like if you've ever looked up at the night sky when there's no stars, like it's an eclipse, and you just look up and there's just nothing but like blackness, or you can see like the stars and the planets. It's very daunting. It's very like, oh, I am pretty small in the grand scheme of things. It turns you into a nihilist basically. But the map is very cool, very, very awesome. I love this. I love everything about this. I closed the twatter. The Xer. I closed the Xer. Oh my god. I did say that I was just watching more and more. I was getting more hype about the trailer. So I wasn't in a roller coaster today. I was going up a mountain, right? I started at a low point being like, oh, another killer that has a anti-killer mechanic attached to it. Great. And now I'm just like watching footage of the Xenomorph, and I'm starting to get hyped for the chapter. I just find it odd that they didn't do anything with the face huggers or chest bursters in terms of power. That is very odd. Everybody who made a video of like, oh, what could it be? What could the power potential and stuff like that? Like, Pixel Bush did it, and Schmuckles did it. A bunch of people made like, oh, what could the power be? And everybody was like, gotta have a face hugger. So it's really, really weird that they didn't do that. And obviously the Mori is an iconic moment from the movies. This is inside Nostromo. Now outside of Nostromo, you can do basic attacks while you are in this mode. That has a bit of a range to it. You can hit over pallets and windows, so I think it's gonna be more useful when you're chasing somebody in a loop and they're kind of locked into animation, almost like you would play Nemesis, right? But this is better than Nemesis because you actually damage people with your hits. That's nice. But I'm really excited for this chapter. I just hope that within the coming days or weeks, they're like, okay, we're gonna release it with balance to these perks and make it like fun for the game. You saw that was the heal. Oh, where's my mouse? There it is. Everything is so bright on this map. It's a dark map, but everything's like brightly colored. I dig it. Yeah, he walked past the turret that just hit him. filled it up halfway, and then it fairly quickly, regens. That's pretty good. He has add-ons that reduce the damage you take from that. I think that's how it was, like, worded. He also has one that reduces the range. He's got a lot that nerf what they can do to you, which I do like, right? Singularity has a bunch of those. That's my only problem there, right? That they could just, like, okay, you're like there. There's a, oh god, I don't know how to do frame by frame. Like, there's a turret right there. They just set it up right near those. So when you come out with your power fully, you are broken out of it instantly. That kind of sucks. I wish they couldn't do that, but hey, it doesn't seem like it's a bad thing overall. I do love the chest burster right there. Stop moving right there. That's freaking cool. I love this map. I love the references. There is Easter eggs abound on this map, apparently. You get out of a locker slowly as survivor, because who else would you do it as? There's a chance for Jonesy to pop out. I love that. If you go by near one of the windows, in one of the areas in the Nostromo, a facehugger pops out. Just cool things. There's a puzzle you can do on here that opens a secret room, the computer room. That's pretty cool. Yeah, but you can put turrets down hallways. It seems like it's got a long line of sight range. This whole thing is why I think the perk should not get rid of Bloodlust, because you're gonna hit them once, they're gonna loop around it, right? They're gonna loop around it, and you're not gonna get Bloodlust, but they're gonna still have a plus 3% thing, and they can play that pallet. So you gotta break the pallet. Nerf made for this, right? Not Shadow Step. Yoichi's perk, Dark Theory, I believe it is, only gives you a 2% speed boost. Just made for this that just 2%, and take away the endurance. Like, nothing should give you endurance. Nothing should give you extra health states. That's dumb. Also, that hallway that we just saw. No, just back a little bit. That's a Claudette death. There is something you could do on the wall. You can activate a steam trap. Right there. That right there. You can apparently doodly-doo on a keyboard somewhere. I'm not seeing it here. It might actually be somewhere else, maybe. But you can set up a trap that freezes anybody, killer or survivor, if they pass through it. That's pretty neat. Yeah, I think it's that. It's that area. That's also the window right over here that you get the facehugger jump scare. Pretty cool. I love the map. I love the map. I love the killer. I would like some changes be done to perks. I'd love to see. That's the cryoblast, by the way. That's a good slowdown. That's my reaction to that. It's like, it's 20 second or 5 second or something like that. It's 4 seconds of 50% slowdown. Whatever, right? I do think the best add-ons will probably be the vault speed increase while you're in runner mode, just because that's how it should be. It's 30% increase. And pretty much anything that makes turrets less effective, just so you can get not out of your power quicker, because those are always the best ones. I wish singularities were better, like reduce the time an EMP affects a camera. It's like only 15%. That's not much. I wish like they would stop doing killer powers that come with a mechanic that counters them. That's dumb. Last thing, let's look at the Mori. If I can find it. It's like at the end of the game, I think. Yeah, here it is. It is iconic. It is amazing. Alright, do the Mori. The gens pop. Just that scene alone right there. Pop. Gore in a horror game. My god, right? It's gonna be hell for content creators, but you know what? it's great that it's in, like, we're actually going towards, like, oh, horror that has gore. That's pretty neat. Last thing I will say is I'm hoping that, actually, let me try to find it. We have this, the roadmap for August 2023. I know people are like, oh, they gave us a roadmap for July. That's probably the only one they're doing. I'm hoping to the highest of hopes that this is a thing we have every month, just like, hey, here's what to look forward to, right? Because it's good. We already have the Artist in the Fog collection and the Scorching Barbecue event. We are currently in week 2, where we have the PTB for the Alien. And then week 3, next week, we're getting the Silent Hill collection, which, we already have James in it. It looks like we're getting Mary/Maria in it. I don't know who else you could add, unless you give us an Eddie skin. But I don't think anybody would really want to play as Eddie. Unless you're going to give us, Harry? Or someone from, Silent Hill 4? Which, I don't remember that game at all. I don't think I even played that game, actually. So I'm curious. You wouldn't call it a collection unless it had, like, 2 or more skins in it. But I don't know. And then we're getting the Modern Baroque collection. That looks like Wraith. I don't know. That looks like Wraith. That looks like, I don't know. Who knows? It's also the end of the barbecue event. And then the 22nd, we're getting the Monster Slayer collection. Okay, that sounds like a Survivor-themed collection. And then week 5, we're getting August 29th, full release. That's full release. That will be the week of... Let me check my schedule. They're not done yet, the Adept Killers, but that week should be... The 28th should be the Skull Merchant, the 30th should be Singularity, and then September 1st, that Friday, would be Nurse. That means the week after would be Adept Xenomorph, but also would be the Let's Learn series returning. Learning the Xenomorph, just having fun. That'll probably be like a DVD and chill type of thing, a weekend video. Just getting to know the alien, getting to know the map. Also, Adept Ellen Ripley, whatever, probably Adept Final Girl, unless, didn't I name Laurie's that? I think I did. Adept Sigourney, there, we'll figure it out. But that's also, we're getting an Alien collection. So I'm hoping we get some kick-ass skins for the Alien, as well as Ellen. But mostly, I'm hoping for a Alien Queen or a Pred Alien skin. Preferably both. But we will have to wait and see. I also wonder if they're going to be doing the same thing they did with the Nicolas Cage chapter, where if you bought the Nicolas Cage chapter, which is $10 for me, USD, you bought him, but you also unlocked one of the skins that was in the collection that he released with. So you could have just bought him with like 500 Oryx cells or however many it was. Or you could pay $10, get the entire thing, and you got a skin with it. So I wonder if they're going to be doing that with this. Because every time I know with original chapters, you buy the chapter fully, and they'll give you like an extra skin for like Killer or Survivor. I wonder if they'll do that with this, where you get like an Ellen Ripley skin. I don't know how much they got in with Disney and 20th Century Fox. We'll find out. 2 weeks, 3 weeks. 3 weeks, I can count. 21 days exactly. August 8th to August 29th. Yep, I can count. I'm excited for this. I'm excited for the chapter. I'm hoping, like I said several times, that they will come out and say, hey, added to the PTB are changes to this. Or the week before, they'll post their normal, like, hey, where is it? Let's scroll down a bit. Also, lol. Maybe have updated ones for 7.1.1. Also, people stop bitching about 400k blood points. That's pretty freaking good. Also, that means I will probably have to do some grinding for blood points. Yay. That's the bug fix. They normally... that's the thing. This is it. They normally, like, have, like, their little section at the end, right? Where it's like, public test adjustments, right? oh, we adjusted this and the perk updates. So I'm assuming we'll get one for 7.2.0 where it's like, all right, public test adjustments, we're nerfing this perk, this perk, this perk, this perk, and we'll go from there. I'm hoping for something, man. I'm hoping for something that makes it so Killer can be having fun again, right? Because, spoilers, I played Dredge for 5 fucking hours trying to get his Adept achievement, and every single game was the same. Made for this. Hope. Adrenaline. Resilience. I'm just like, fuck, man, I just want to get this Adept achievement. Really? It's bad enough that they made it so dude survivors can vault farther than female survivors? I know we got extra baggage downstairs, but that doesn't equal more trajectory speed. Just saying. All survivors should be vaulting the same distance. And it shouldn't even be that far, even though it makes sense for what you're seeing on screen. That's just dumb. You're making safe loops even safer. You're making windows god windows. Dumb. And then you, before that, you buffed, was it end transmission? I'm not even gonna click through these. Fuck it. You made it easier to get flashlight blinds, and it's like, if I'm able to pick up a survivor and then look left and still get blinded and drop the survivor, that shouldn't be like that. But I'm hoping we get some adjustments that make it so Killer can actually have fun again. That's all I want. But this has been drawn out long enough. Right? We'll continue watching this as the outro, so I want to thank y'all for watching. If you're excited, let me know if you're excited. Do you hope we get some skins for the alien? Do you think we'll get some skins for the alien? I think it's a better bet because it is a licensed chapter. And sometimes, well, actually all times, we don't really get much from that, right? Silent Hill, I believe, is the one that we've gotten the most. Pyramid Head got 2 skins. And then you get all the ones for Heather, or Cheryl, whatever you want to call her. And, like, I think that's the most we've gotten. Same thing with Silent Hill. So I don't know if we'll get for Alien. I don't know. I said it in the announcement. Go watch his videos. Look at this boy. Look at him fart and run. Look at him go. I said it in the announcement video. When they announced it, after the announcement, like, oh my god, hype. They are now in partnership with the biggest company of all human history in Disney, because Disney owns 20th Century Fox. So technically, we're looking at our first Disney princess in this game. And, also, this is freaking amazing. This is amazing. Also, I love that he changed his name to Nickelback fan. Just saying. This is crazy good. This is amazing. But look at our first Disney princess. Full-blown Disney royalty in Dead by Daylight. Look at that. Boom. Look at that gorgeous face. Oh. 10 out of 10. But they got that deal going with Disney. Stranger Things, Netflix, the hell are you doing? Failing with your mobile game division? Cool, we're over here partnered with the House of Mouse. But for now, I want to thank y'all for watching. If you enjoyed this, whatever this was, hook the like button more, subscribe button, bing bong that bell, and until next time, I will see you in the fog. Good luck.